All right, guys, welcome to day 2 of AP World. Everyone should have their maps and their crayons on their desk ready to go. If you have your AMSCO book agreement signed, please pass that to the first person in your row. Maya, thank you very much. If you have your AMSCO agreement, book agreement, please pass it to the first person in your row. I will collect it in a minute. If you are one of the first people in the row. What's up? I don't care what you use. When I say crayons, it's interchangeable to whatever you want. Okay? So, everyone should have their map. Did we start the map yesterday? Perfect. So, everyone should have their map out and ready to go. So, today we are going to finish it. This map will be due on Thursday. You have a map quiz on Thursday as well. Please make sure you are prepared for that. You will see with the map, we're just going to clarify some details today. Make sure everyone is explicitly clear on what the responsibility for Thursday is. Hopefully you saw with the map that, hopefully you saw with today's vocab quiz that there wasn't really a trick to it. Would you agree? It's fast, I warned you, but now you know exactly what to expect for tomorrow because you do have a vocab quiz 11 through 20. So yesterday we got through the front, is that correct? We're going to color the front super quick. Now, when we color in AP World, we go super fast. So, I'm going to take orange. You never have to match the colors I do. If you choose to, you can. If you want to use purple while I'm using orange, you do you. I personally don't care. When we color in AP World, we color incredibly quick. However, it still needs to look decent. I'm not looking for perfection. Who has time for perfection? We're in AP World. We're already behind. With that being said, as you can see, I am coloring quick. However, I am filling in the gaps of the white and I am making it look decent. If you are going to have huge bands and it look absolutely terrible, like a 4-year-old did it, I am going to take off points. Is everyone clear? On the other side of it, I do not want you spending 6 hours coloring a damn map. A, get a life. B, what a waste of your time. Can we please agree? So we move quickly, we color quickly, and we move on. That's what I'm looking for in your coloring. That's it. Everything is colored. Everything is there. Is it perfect? Hell no. But it's done, and that's what matters. For me, I'm using this pink color for Africa. So we're doing it quick, we're doing it fast, and we're moving on with our lives. Now with Africa, don't forget to color in Madagascar, please. Europe, please look before you start coloring in Europe because we have to draw the line. Europe touches the north of the Caspian Sea and connects the Caspian Sea to the Black Sea through the Caucasus Mountains. So all of this is going to be Europe. So take a look up here before you start coloring in Europe just to make sure. Make sure when you are coloring, you are not coloring in your your water when you're coloring in land here, people. If you do not have crayons or colored pencils, I have some in the front. If you took one of my packages so you can use it in class today, that's perfectly acceptable. Please make sure that you put them back in the front of the class so the next time you need them, they'll be there. Okay, Greenland belongs to Europe. Okay, so that's all we need for Europe. Perfect. Asia. Asia control is technically part of the Middle East. So the Middle East belongs to Asia, which is why we're going to color it orange. It's a sub-region of Asia. So as you can see, we are coloring quickly. Everything will be colored, but we're not spending hours. Don't forget the little island off of the coast of India. Now, when you get into the islands around Thailand and around specifically Australia, please make sure you take a look up here before you get too crazy coloring. So some of these islands belong to Asia, some of these islands belong to Oceania. So just take a gander. Don't forget to color in Taiwan. Taiwan is right now in protest, which is crazy. They shut down an airport today. Anyway, so that is Asia.
And then we have Oceania. Oceania, of course, is going to be Australia. For me, it's going to be a blue color. And then they also have Papua New Guinea, which is right here. And then, of course, New Zealand. Okay, so we have just colored in all of our land masses. Okay, now we're going to color in bodies of water. With that being said, we are doing this quickly. We are not spending all day on it. I need it to look decent. It does not need to be perfect. As you can see how fast I'm already almost done with my Indian Ocean. Okay, it does not need to be perfect. It just needs to be done well. If you do not color it in to a acceptable amount, I will take off points, and I'd really hate to take off points off of a map. Can we agree these are easy points? These are easy points. Now, this is a skill you need to be able to have. Last year on the AP exam, they had 7 map questions, and a lot of my kids said because we did maps, it definitely helped, that they knew a lot of this stuff. A lot of them are movements, and we do a lot of map movements as well. So, don't forget to get your Mediterranean Sea and your Black Sea and your Caspian Sea as well. All right, I don't care about Antarctica, I just don't. So you're fine if you don't color it. All right, and then my front of the map's done. You got 30 seconds to catch up. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wherever you are, flip it over. Meet me on the other side. Okay, here we go. We're going to color in a couple of the things that we've already done just so we can move on completely. I'm going to color in North America, this pink color. Remember, we are coloring quick. It does not need to be perfect. It needs to be fast, but it needs to be decent. Perfect. All right, so we did yesterday, we did squiggles on Mexico, and we have Latin America. We do need to add a little bit more information because this is where we left off yesterday. We need to write includes Mesoamerica and Caribbean. Okay, we're also going to label Caribbean. That is your Caribbean. Okay, so for Latin America, which also includes Mexico, we are going to color it in orange. Now, why is it called Latin America? The Spanish. The Spanish are going to colonize about 85% of it. What's the one country they don't colonize? Brazil. So that's why it's called Latin America. We denote Portugal as, we denote Mexico as special because their history is way more tumultuous and they're the most valuable colony of Spain. All right, so we're heading to Africa. Join me. I don't care if it's perfect. I just need a solid attempt. Is that clear? So do the best you can. It does not need to be perfect. It just needs to be decent. So draw the lines as best as you can in accordance to mine, but it does not need to be perfect. So this is South Africa. This is Central Africa. Do the best you can. It does not need to be perfect. Just put in the effort and you'll be fine. West Africa. We've got Northern Africa, North Africa. And over here we're going to draw a nice line right there. And then we have this and Madagascar, because we can't forget that, are East Africa. Okay, so now that I have it colored, I'm just going to start coloring it in. So South Africa is going to be this ugly orange color. Red orange, I guess. Central Africa is going to be this pretty blue. West Africa is going to be dark blue. North Africa is going to be this ugly red. East Africa is going to be yellow. Don't forget Madagascar. Okay, so as you can see, I left out what modern day country? Egypt. Egypt is actually not part of Africa in regards to historical context. It's regarded to as the Middle East, so we're going to put it with the Middle East. So we're going to start identifying the Middle East. We're going to draw a line between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea. And then we have that. This is your Middle East. So for me, my Middle East is going to be this ugly green color, which includes Egypt. Of course, it doesn't come up so great on the projector, but this is a different color than East Africa. Make sure you don't go further than modern-day Turkey into Europe. And there you go. So there's East Asia, in the Middle East. Then we have South Asia. And what country is the largest country in South Asia? India. India. It's going to be this burnt this red color. Don't forget the island off the coast of India. Okay. So then we're going to do Southeast Asia. And Southeast Asia looks like that. So we're going to label Southeast Asia because it includes the islands as well. Southeast Asia also happens to have Thailand, which is probably the largest country in Southeast Asia. For me, it's going to be purple. So please look, because we don't want to color in islands that don't belong to Southeast Asia. Like, don't color in Taiwan. That clearly belongs to East Asia. Not all these islands belong to Southeast Asia because some of them belong to Oceania. So those are the only ones that are ours for Southeast Asia. Our next one is going to be the largest region, and it is going to be East Asia. And East Asia has what major country in it?
China.
Yeah, I don't know what I was trying to spell there. China. China is located in what we call East Asia. It's going to be this orange color. China is going to be obviously the largest country in here. We also have Japan and we also have Korea in here as well. We also have these islands off the coast, Taiwan. Okay, don't forget the Korean Peninsula over here, and of course the Japanese islands. You got to include as well. And then we have one last region, and then that is it. And that is right here, and that is Central Asia. And for me, Central Asia is going to be this deep red. Okay. In our Indian Ocean, we're going to draw a little box, a little key, and we're going to draw some squiggles in it. And that's going to denote regional overlap. Regional overlap is when things happen in this region that we can equate it to one place or another. So one place we're going to see this is right here. Some things that happen in the Caucasus Mountains, we consider it Europe or we consider it the Middle East. We also have overlap right over here. Sometimes we consider it the East Asia. If the events happen here, sometimes we call it Central Asia. Okay, and we also have it right over here as well. So that's called regional overlap. So now that I have finished all my coloring, you'll notice that I have some land just out that wasn't identified, correct? So I'm just going to take green and I'm just going to color in my land masses that weren't colored in because I didn't learn anything new on this side, because this is Oceania over here and we got Europe over there. So every landmass and every body of water needs to be colored in on a map to get a perfect score on a map. So even if there is nothing we're specifically learning in that region, just take a green and color it land so I know that you're there. Do I care if it's green? Kind of. Because like it just looks weird when people like paint it like color it black. But I don't really care. I'm not going to take off points. As long as it's colored, I don't care. So all my land has been colored. I don't care about Antarctica. You can leave it just the way it is. Now I have to color my what? My oceans, my body of water. So keep in mind, in AP World, we don't spend all day coloring, so we color really quick, making sure we remember our Med Sea, Black Sea, and Caspian Sea. Alright, I'm just about done. Oh, I forgot to color in my Caribbean. So I'm going to grab a crayon I haven't used on my box and color in my Caribbean. My Cuba, my Puerto Rico, and I don't know what those two are. There you go. So you have 1 minute to finish your map. Whatever you do not finish is your responsibility to finish before Thursday. Your map is due on Thursday. So all of this needs to be colored by Thursday. As soon as you are done, especially if they belong to me, please put your color pencils and crayons in their box and just leave them on your desk. When you leave my class, you can drop them off in the front just like how you pick them up. If they're yours, I don't care what you do. You have 20 seconds. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Please put your map away. Please take out. Put your map away. You need a notebook. We're going to start with some notes right now. Please put away your map. Take out your notebook. So, raise your hand if you started on your focus yesterday. Perfect, good. Did you notice it was a little harder than it needed to be? Yes, so there was an error yesterday. I made a mistake. I usually go like a long time before I make mistakes. This is either awesome or a terrible thing. So, you want this. So, the focus I gave you yesterday is a mistake. I should not have given you that focus. It is an old one. Please listen carefully. Do not throw away the focus you started yesterday. Is everyone listening? Don't throw it away. When you turn it in on Friday to me, I'm giving you an extra day to finish. You're going to staple it to it, and I'm going to give you extra points. Does that make sense? When I make a mistake, I take ownership for it, and I just bring points on you. Is that okay? So, yesterday I gave you the wrong focus. So if you started working on it yesterday, you're going to staple it to it the day it's due, and I'm going to give you a bunch of points for it, between 5 and 10, depending on how much you did. Yes?
Pearson. Okay, so this is the correct focus. When you start filling this out using pages 1 through 16, you will see that this is incredibly easy in comparison. I am giving you extra points for the one yesterday. I'm so sorry. I've never made a mistake this early in the year, and this really is so embarrassing, and I really want to die inside. The fact that I have to make this speech, day 2, just death. So, with that being said, I'm so sorry it was not done in jest. It was not done for fun, because I literally want to die. With that being said, I do take ownership for my mistakes. You will do better. Every time I make mistakes, I always go above and beyond. You have an extra day to complete it, as well as I'm going to give you a bunch of points for it. Is everyone clear? I'm so sorry. It won't happen again. I will not allow mistakes to occur. So, this is your focus. As you go through, you will see that it's much, 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 much easier to complete. I'm so sorry. I want to die. Any questions on your focus? Tomorrow, friendly reminder, you have a vocab quiz 11 through 20. It is the same exact format as you saw today. For the rest of your AP World Life, it is the exact same. Some of you, it looked like you got a little rocked. I would spend maybe a little bit more time studying because that's as fast as they're going to go, even faster. Bennett. Or you could throw it, yeah. Look at you, Bennett. You're like, hell no, I'm not doing homework night 1. Got it. No, just throw it away. If you haven't done anything with it, just throw it away. All right. On your notebook, on the first page of your notebook, okay, at the very top, you typically have a large header. I would write week 1. Every week that we do notes, you are going to write whatever week we are in. We are in week 1, yes.
Can I transfer it to a notebook?
I don't care if you use a notebook or you use that. I personally don't care. I say notebook because in my head it's just a concept. All right. So, please listen very carefully to me. You are never going to write as fast as I talk. Ever. Ever. And if you are focusing on writing, you're not listening to my talking, and you're going to miss a bunch of stuff that I'm pointing out to you. I will teach you how to become a very good note taker by the end of my class. Because of that, I need you to listen to me now. If you try copying down everything I have in my PowerPoint, you're going to die of exhaustion. It's just not going to happen, and I'm going to beat you every single day, and it's going to annoy you. So don't. I will tell you exactly what you need to write down, and as the year goes, I'll do less of that, and you'll just become a better note taker, making more specific notes. Is everyone clear? So I will tell you what you need. Do not try to write down a bunch of crap. Is that clear? Okay? So, with that being said, there are some times I'm going to talk about something to teach you something else. So I need you to listen. I need you to process the information with me. Good? Perfect. Okay. So, we are going to start with prehistory. Prehistory means before writing history down. Did I tell you to write anything? No, so what should you be doing? Listening. Because I'm going to explain something to you right now that you'll need in a moment that you're going to write down. See what I did there? Yes. Go with me. Okay. Prehistory is history that occurred before we started writing things down. Okay? Oh, perfect timing. Goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow. You have a vocab quiz 11 through 20. I would start working on your focus. It's due on Friday. Have a great day.